So I want to throw a concept at you which I think will immediately improve your jiu-jitsu. And that's not hyperbole, it's not clickbait. I'm actually serious. I think this one simple trick will improve your jiu-jitsu. So let's talk about it. So the concept I want to throw at you is what I call the continuum between success and failure. Whenever we roll in jiu-jitsu, we are always somewhere between success and failure. 100% success means you got the tap. 100% failure means you got tapped. The 0 point means there's no clear advantage, and everything in between. So let's say you pass someone's guard, right? That's a positive. Maybe you're at 25 or 30% success. Then you get to side control and lock them down. Okay, now you're at 40%, 45, maybe 50% success. Maybe you pass, maybe you transition to mount. Now you're at 80% success. Now you get a hand in for the collar choke. You're at 90% success. All you have to do is get the other hand in to get the choke, but at that last minute, you get reversed. Now you're on your back and the needle has gone from 90% success all the way down to, close to failure. So this is how this works. Well, why does this matter? It matters because one of the fastest things you can do to improve your jiu-jitsu is simply monitor where you're at in this continuum at all times so that you can make the adjustments before it's too late. When you watch an advanced jiu-jitsu practitioner spar, one of the things you will notice is that if there is even the slightest momentum change, a 1% change, they will adjust their game plan. Maybe it means abandoning the game plan. Maybe it means going to something else. The advanced player doesn't get tunnel vision. They're simply open to whatever's available. Maybe they're attacking for the arm is no longer available, that's fine. They'll simply survey what else is available, right? They are always monitoring where they're at in the success versus failure continuum, even if they're not doing it actively, right? It's just something you intuitively learn to do as you get better and better and better. Whereas the beginner gets tunnel vision, right? I see it all the time. The student is attempting to do this thing, right? They're running whatever it is that they're trying to impose on the other person. Meanwhile, the momentum is going in the wrong direction, but this student is still attempting to do this thing long after it's appropriate. And then finally, they get into such deep water that they have to begin to deal with this new reality. Well, the time to adjust was much earlier. Right, there's that old joke in jiu-jitsu, how do you get out of side control, or how do you escape mount, or how do you escape the back? Well, the glib answer is you don't get put in those positions in the first place. Well, but within that glib answer is this idea of making the adjustment early so that you don't have to escape from the worst possible position. You're trying to prevent someone from passing your guard, you've got your frames, you're playing the game. If reality changes and all of a sudden they have an advantage and they're starting to close the distance to side control, that's the moment when you have to make the adjustment, not when you're flat on your back. So the recognition of that momentum is something you can begin to learn to monitor, and that's going to have an immediate positive impact on your game. Now, you might not have the solution yet. By definition, the novice is incomplete, right? You might not know what to do next to deal with the fact that this momentum is changing. But it's my conviction that if you become aware that there is something that needs to happen, you might not know what, but something needs to happen, that you will accelerate your ability to find those solutions because you're actively engaged in this troubleshooting, problem-solving process versus someone that's just tunnel vision, locked into this mode where you're not even paying attention to the system. So the one thing that you can do immediately to improve your jiu-jitsu is just monitor. Monitor, the system. Monitor where you're at in the continuum between success and failure. And more generally, just monitor the system. Monitor your breathing. Monitor your output. Monitor your heart rate. Monitor your tension. Are you, tensioning your muscles in unproductive ways? You need to become like Scotty in the engine room, who's looking at the gauges and the screen so that when the captain calls for maximum power, you have it, right? So monitoring is probably the fastest, easiest thing that you can do to immediately improve your jiu-jitsu. I'm not saying it's easy, right? It takes skill, it takes practice, it takes time to internalize that. But I believe that you can accelerate your progress by being more mindful about where you're at in the continuum. So think about that the next time you go roll, and let me know what you think about that concept. If it's helped your game, I hope it does. Take care.